Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is making thousands of decisions without your permission. It's filtering information, jumping to conclusions, and literally rewriting reality to fit what it thinks you want to hear. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus warned us 2,000 years ago that we suffer more in imagination than reality. But he couldn't have known just how sophisticated our mental trickery would become. Your mind isn't broken, it's actually working exactly as designed. But those same shortcuts that kept our ancestors alive are now sabotaging your success, relationships, and peace of mind. Every morning when you check your phone, confirmation bias immediately kicks in, showing you news and social media posts that confirm what you already believe, while filtering out anything that challenges your worldview. This isn't your fault, it's how evolution wired us to survive in tribes, where being wrong about danger could mean death. Buddha called this phenomenon Maya, or illusion, recognizing that our perception of reality is always filtered through the lens of our conditioning. Modern neuroscience proves what ancient wisdom traditions knew. We don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. And this fundamental misunderstanding shapes every decision we make. The availability heuristic tricks you into believing that whatever comes to mind first is most important or most likely to happen. When you see news about plane crashes, your brain overestimates the danger of flying, even though you're statistically safer in an airplane than driving to the grocery store. Marcus Aurelius understood this when he wrote in his Meditations that most of our fears are about things that will never happen, yet we torture ourselves with imaginary scenarios. Your ancestors needed to remember dangers vividly to avoid them, but now this same mechanism makes you anxious about extremely rare events while ignoring common risks like sitting too much or eating processed food. Sunk cost fallacy keeps you trapped in toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and bad investments, simply because you've already invested time, money, or energy. The Zen master Huang Po taught that clinging to past investments clouds present judgment, yet most people would rather continue suffering than admit they made a mistake. This bias explains why people stay in failing marriages for decades, why businesses throw good money after bad projects, and why you keep watching terrible movies just because you've already seen half of it. The Buddha's teaching on non-attachment isn't just spiritual wisdom, it's practical psychology that can save you years of wasted effort. Anchoring bias means the first piece of information you receive about anything becomes the reference point for all future decisions about that topic. Negotiation experts know this, which is why the first price mentioned in any deal heavily influences the final outcome, regardless of its actual value. Ancient Greek philosophers called this the first impression fallacy, understanding that initial judgments create mental frameworks that are incredibly difficult to change. Whether it's judging someone's character based on their appearance or evaluating your own worth based on childhood experiences, your brain locks onto these anchors and uses them to navigate complex decisions with minimal mental effort. The solution isn't to fight these biases. That's impossible and exhausting. Instead, follow the wisdom of Socrates, who said, "I know that I know nothing," and develop what Zen Buddhism calls beginner's mind. Start questioning your automatic thoughts, especially the ones that feel most obviously true. When you feel absolutely certain about something, that's precisely when you should be most suspicious of your own judgment. Create systems and processes that account for your biases rather than relying on willpower or awareness alone. Marcus Aurelius practiced a morning reflection where he questioned his assumptions about the day ahead, while modern behavioral economists recommend premortems, where you imagine your decisions failing before you make them. The goal isn't to become paranoid about your own thinking, but to develop what the Stoics called prosophi, a constant awareness of your mental processes that allows you to catch biases before they catch you. Your mind will always play tricks, but once you understand the game, you can learn to play along without being played. If this video opened your eyes to how your own mind has been sabotaging your decisions, hit that like button right now. It tells YouTube to share this with others who need to hear it. Subscribe and ring the notification bell, because understanding your cognitive biases is just the beginning of taking control of your life. Share this video with someone who's stuck in patterns they can't seem to break. Sometimes the most powerful gift you can give someone is showing them how their own mind works. What cognitive bias do you recognize most in your own life? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation about breaking free from mental autopilot together.